Hello friends, welcome back to the UPSC Freaks. As we know, we have already started a AFCAT 100 MCQ test series in which we are going to cover 100 MCQs for AFCAT exams. Also, this 100 MCQs can be useful for your CDS, INET and other defense exams which are going to be held in this year. Also, we have already covered 50 MCQs in the last 5 classes, and today we are going to cover question number 51 to 60. So, let's start with today's first question, that is 51st question. Ajeya Warrior is a joint military exercise between India and the options are A. France, B. Germany, C. United Kingdom, or is it D. Italy? So the right answer is C. United Kingdom. Also, the another important point which you need to remember in this question is that this was the 5th edition of Ajeya Warrior, and this exercise was conducted in Salisbury Plains, UK, and this exercise is conducted alternatively in India and UK. So this year this exercise was conducted in UK. Also, other important exercise between India and UK are Konkan. Konkan is the exercise between India and UK Navy. And another exercise to remember is Indradhanush. It is an exercise between India and UK Air Force. Also, recently the 5th edition of Indradhanush was conducted in India in Ghaziabad. So that is all important about this question. Let's move on to the next question. 52nd question. The second BIMSTEC Disaster Management Exercise 2020 was organized by. So the options are A. Indian Navy, B. Indian Army, C. National Disaster Response Force, or D. Indian Air Force. So the right answer is NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Force. Now let's see what all are the important point in this question. Now, what was the location of this exercise? The location was Bhubaneswar. Also, which countries participated in this exercise? All the BIMSTEC countries have participated in this exercise except 2 countries. These 2 countries are Bhutan and Thailand. Now, the first edition of such exercise, that is disaster management exercise of BIMSTEC, was conducted in the year 2017. Now, let's see what is BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC stands for Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, and it comprises of 7 regional members. These 7 regional members are first Bhutan, then Bangladesh, then India, and then Sri Lanka, Nepal, then Myanmar and Thailand. Also, this BIMSTEC was organized or established in the year 1997 by the Bangkok Declaration. That is all about this question. Let's move on to the next question. 53rd question. International Hydrographic Organization IHO was established in the year A. 1921, B. 1945, C. 1930, or is it D. 1960? So the right answer is A. 1921. Now, let's see what all are the things we need to remember about International Hydrographic Organization. The first thing is that it was established in the year 1921. The second important thing is that it is headquartered in Monaco in Europe. Also, it enjoys the status of an observer in the United Nations. Now, why was IHO in the news recently? Indian Navy ship, that is INS Jamuna, was recently deployed to carry out a joint hydrographic survey in Sri Lanka. So, this is important with regard to defense exams. So, let's move on to the next question. FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, an inter-governmental body, was set up in. Options are A. 1961, B. 1989, C. 1981, or is it D. 1997? So the right answer is 1989. Now, let us see what all are the important points regarding this question. The first important point is Pakistan was moved on grey list by FATF. Also, this FATF was formed or established during G7 summit in Paris in the year 1989. Also, there are 35 members including India and two regional organizations, that is EU, that is European Union, and GCC, that is Gulf Cooperation Council. Also, the FATF Secretariat is located at OECD headquarters in Paris. The OECD stands for Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which was formed in the year 1961. With that, let's move on to the next question. Which among the following organization has not developed BHABHA Kavach? So the options are A. DRDO, B. Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited, C. BHABHA Atomic Research Center, or is it D. Ordnance Factory Board? So the right answer is DRDO has not developed the BHABHA Kavach. This BHABHA Kavach, that is the lightest and the cheapest bulletproof jacket, and it has been developed by Ordnance Factory Board, BHABHA Atomic Research Center, and Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited. And it is a level 3 plus bulletproof jacket with the nominal weight of 6.8 kgs. And also an important point to note here is that this bulletproof jackets will now be used by CISF, that is Central Industrial Security Force. So that is all important about this question. Let's move on to the next question. 56th question. What is the capital of Ethiopia? So the options are A. Rabat, B. Nairobi, C. Juba, or is it D. Addis Ababa? So the right answer is Addis Ababa. Now, why Addis Ababa was in the news? Recently, the African Union annual 33rd summit took place in Addis Ababa. Also, let us see what is African Union. African Union is an intergovernmental organization consisting of 55 member states that make up the continent or the countries of African continent. Also, it was launched in the year 2002. It was a successor to the Organization of African Unity that was abolished in the year 1999. Also, the African Union headquarters is in Addis Ababa. With that, let's move on to the next question. Yellow rust disease is a bacterial disease, B. viral disease, C. fungal disease, or is it D. parasitic infection? So the right answer is fungal disease. Recently, the yellow rust disease was found in the wheat crop of Punjab and Haryana. Also, this yellow rust disease turns the crop leaves into yellowish color and stop the photosynthesis. Also, this disease can spread rapidly under congenital conditions and affect crop development and eventually the yield by 5 to 30%. So, that is all important about yellow rust disease. Now let's move on to the next question. 58th question. International Fund for Agricultural Development IFAD is headquartered in. The options are A. Hague, B. Stockholm, C. Paris, or is it D. Rome? So the right answer is D. Rome, Italy. Now, why was this in the news? Recently, the International Fund for Agricultural Development 43rd Governing Council meeting took place in the Rome. Now, let us see what is an IFAD. The IFAD is an international financial institution and a specialized agency of the United Nations dedicated to eradicate poverty and hunger in rural areas of the developing countries. Also, it was established in the year 1977 through the United Nations General Assembly resolution. IFAD was one of the major outcomes of 1974 World Food Conference, and as already told before that it is headquartered in Rome. So that is all about International Fund for Agricultural Development. Now let's move on to the next question. 59th question. What is the capital of Portugal? The options are A. Lisbon, B. Milan, C. Madrid, or is it D. Ankara? So the right answer is Lisbon. Also, the Madrid is capital of Spain and Ankara is capital of Turkey. Also, why was Portugal in the news recently? The Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, Mr. Prahalad Singh, and the President of Portugal jointly inaugurated the Chachai artwork at National Museum in New Delhi. Also, this installation represents the 5 o'clock tradition of serving tea in Portugal that originated in the 17th century. So, that is all about this question. So, let's move on to the next question. 4th EAS, that is East Asia Summit Conference on Maritime Security Cooperation, was organized in. The options are A. New Delhi, B. Goa, C. Chennai, or is it D. Bhubaneswar? So the right answer is C. Chennai. Now, the first edition of this conference, the Conference on Maritime Security Cooperation, was held in New Delhi. The second such corporation was in Goa and the third summit was in Bhubaneswar. And the fourth was organized recently in Chennai. Now, this summit was organized by MEA, that is Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, in partnership with the Government of Australia and Indonesia. Also, the knowledge partners, that is KP, of this conference were National Maritime Foundation, that is NMF, and Research and Information System for Developing Countries. So, let us see what is East Asia Summit. The East Asia Summit was established in the year 2005 and it consists of 18 countries. Out of these 18 countries, the 10 are Asian countries and the remaining 8 countries are Australia, China, Japan, India, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Russia and the United States. Also, the first summit of East Asia Summit was held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And India is the founding member of the East Asia Summit. So, with that, we over the today's class. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any doubt, you can mention it in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.